Hey, good morning. It's a Saturday morning. It's warmer than it had been, but it's still a little bit on the chilly side. Um, Thought I'd do another early morning live stream chat to see if anybody out there is up yet. Some people don't get up as early as I do. I've always been a morning person, and it I guess I came from when I was younger, and I grew up on a farm. We had to get up and milk cows and do the chores and that before we went to school. So 4 o'clock was nothing unusual for early morning. I don't know how good the lighting's not that good, so I don't know how good the picture is, but it'll do. You can hear me talk as much as you can, and let's uh, let's see what the temperature is. What's the temperature in DeLand, Florida?
It's 38 degrees in DeLand right now.
38 degrees, man. That's kind of cold in my book. Um, Saturday mornings, usually at least one morning, we go out to our radio control field and fly. I'm going to try to do that. It's just maybe just a hair later than I normally go. I like to go out early. I get out there real early and flying anything RC. The wind isn't a factor, because your little models are susceptible to wind, and plus, ain't as many people out there. That it's you got kind of the field to yourself. That's nice. We can fly year round in Florida. Let's see what it came from Worcester, Ohio. Let's see what the temperature is up there. What is the temperature in Worcester, Ohio?
It's 32 degrees in Worcester right now.
Well, it's not a ton of difference, a little bit, but it's still cold up there. They've been up and below zero. They've had some pretty wild winters up there. They've had quite a bit of snow, and that's why I live down in Florida now. Oh, I love it down here. Hey, I was looking at the news. Our government shut down. The closed sign is up. You go to the White House or Capitol, it says sorry, closed. I don't know. What does that mean? What does that mean when our government is shut down? Does it? I heard. I don't know. I guess the mail will still go. I think. I don't know. And it's Social Security. I did hear Social Security checks will still be issued. Now that's very important, especially us retired people. It's like you can't cut us off like that. Um, so I don't know. What does it mean? I really think what the whole issue is a bunch of silliness out of Washington D.C. that these dumb politicians argue, and they use certain things like this as a foothold. Say, hey, we'll just close down the government. That'll, they'll see it our way. Well, I don't know. That's so true. I don't know. There sure are a bunch of clowns up there in Washington D.C. Anyone knows me knows I hate politics. I hate the way our government is ran. It's ran very poorly. We have I think we've got a good president. Some people will disagree with me on that, but he look at the economy. Man, economy is done good. There's jobs out there. Things are flourishing. The stock market's up. But anyways, I think things are going good. You just saw there's going to be a super moon on January 31st. We got the television running there with the news in the background there. And super moon. I think that means there have been 2 moons in 1 month, and they don't really look much different. Sometimes they're bigger because they're closer or something. And it's cool. Super moon. We got a super moon. We have had a blue moon, a harvest moon, all kinds of cool moons. But last night we had a Atlas rocket launch, and I made an attempt to take some video of that. It's hard to take videos and stuff like that. The anything in the sky that's moving, the camera goes off focus, and it's nighttime trying to get it good. But I got a little video. We'll put that up here in the next couple of days there in our regular vlog. Is that vlog or vlog? I guess it's vlog. Daily vlog. It's like a diary. Remember, as kids, they used to have a diary, especially the girls. They had a diary. The brothers would get into the girls' diary, and they had a little lock on them, but you could open those locks like nothing, and you could read what your sister was doing, what her dark secrets was, uh, and she'd write it down. And now this is a vlog. It's a video log, and a video log is it's really interesting. You can videotape whatever you're doing for that day. It also is uh, like if you're going to a park or something, you can take pictures and videos of that. And it's kind of like a timeline there in the background, which makes it pretty cool. Um, there's also some interesting uh, things like how-to videos. I like to make those every chance I can get is do a how-to video, working on something. Uh, it could be changing the oil in the car, cooking. I do a lot of cooking videos, and it's interesting with my cooking videos. Sometimes I'm when I cook, I don't generally go by a recipe. I just kind of cook off the fly, and so once in a while I'll want to remake something, and I go, I wonder how I did that. Well, it's interesting. If I do a video of it and it came out good, I'll go back and watch my own video and say, "Oh, yeah, that's what I did." And so it's a good diary. It's a cookbook, you know. So, and I have a whole little section there in play links that you can go to, and it'll show all the ways I cook different things. And everybody cooks a little bit differently. Um, Actually, I like the way I cook. I think it comes out pretty good. Sue does too. You see in the background the temperatures we got 71, 74, 80, 77, 71, 71, and 73. Well, that's more like Florida. That's the way it should be. So it looks like we got some good weather coming up. But yeah, the vlogging part is there's a lot of interesting things. I'll go to YouTube, and I'll look how something's done. I'm wanting to fix something or know some information. There's a video there for it. You just gotta go look for it. I wanted to show you. Here's my little buddy. If I can get her, she'll probably growl me. There she's not like, there's Cassie. Get her to look at the camera. Look at the camera. This is one of our lucky dogs. She doesn't get too far away from me. Generally, if I'm doing a video, if I'm sitting down, especially, I guarantee if she's not in frame there, she's right beside me there. She slept really close last night because she was cold. But this happens to be one of the two lucky dogs. The other one's Abby. She's laying down here on the floor. It's interesting. She's laying down here. Usually she's in the hallway waiting for Sue to get out of bed because she don't like it until she's up too. But that's one of our two lucky dogs, and that was one of the reasons I've used the lucky dog emblem for a while, because I like dogs. At one point, I used to rescue Shelties. I did that for a while. I've got some different friends that'll do some rescue work on it, and they say, "How can you give them up?" And it's like, well, you go into it when you take a dog that's been in a bad situation, and you rescue it. You're basically going to take care of it until a good home can be found for it, and you go that, and everyone that comes in is like a visitor, that is a guest. So you got to go in there with that mindset because you can't keep them all. If you try to keep too many dogs, then you're not doing that dog a service because you're not able to properly take care of it, give it the attention it needs. So, it is a commitment to adopt a dog. But yeah, I did. In 1 year, I think I had like 8 Shelties. I was brought into my home there and kept them for a while. Some of them were in some health needs, and got them back in shape and adopt them out. And once in a while, I'd hear back from how they did, and some really good stories. So, you can feel good that you was able to help a poor animal get a good, solid home. When you take on the responsibility of an animal, it's just like your child. You've got to take care of it, and you don't throw your child out when it pees on the floor or pees his pants, you know. And the same thing with an animal, you know. If your animal messes something up, chews something up, that's part of the deal of owning an animal, so you don't throw them away after that. You know, if you are a young couple and have a dog and then you have a baby, you don't get rid of the dog because you had a baby. Now, there was just an incident here where another little child was bitten up and mauled by a pit bull. Um, you know, I love all dogs. I love pit bulls. Now, pit bulls they have the capability of being dangerous. Not that mean they're all dangerous, and not to say that everyone would turn on you or your child or any other animal, but they're very capable of that. So anyone that takes one of those in to their home, they should realize what this dog is capable of doing. And it's an animal, you know, as much as we love them and get them to act like our kids, they're an animal. And so that's one of the things, you know, if you take like a pit bull and be aware that that dog is capable. Doesn't say they're all going to do it, but they're capable of doing something in just a second. And animals do strange things, you know, they act out on certain instincts. My little poodle here, Cassie, she will act weird sometimes. Go and run around, do dumb things, and she'll. I've seen her pick up pillows and shake them around and throw them, and I've seen her had her gnaw on my fingers. And she's small, and actually she's lost all her teeth because she's about 11 years old now, but see that doesn't harm me. But if she was a pit bull from the same thing, she's going to be doing a lot more damage. So, anyways, that's my little spill this morning on animals. Take care of them. Don't let them out in the cold. I just saw a thing. The big deal right now is kids, young kids, and even kids that aren't that young, eating these Tide Pods. Now, what is with that? Eat laundry detergent. It'll I don't know. I don't. I think some little babies have been killed by it. And why does companies like Tide make those little things real pretty and colorful and say, "Hey, I want to bite into that"? It looks like a piece of candy is what it looks like. And but you know, anybody that has any smarts, which that's today, it's debatable how many people actually have any smarts. They'll say, "Hey, I'm going to take this little thing and bite into it." You know, I've seen some pictures. They biting into it and that stuff around their mouth. Remember the Christmas Story? And they got their mouth washed out with soap. Well, you're kind of doing the same thing yourself. I'm going to put soap in my mouth. You know, well, we're not supposed to put soap in our mouths. Yeah, I don't know. Someone else said that these are like some later teenagers doing some of this as a challenge, I guess. They go, you know, our next election, that's who's going to be voting for our president. These people chewing on soap. World's crazy, you know. Anyways, we're watching the morning news. I say it's kind of chilly here. It's supposed to get up to about 70, 71 today. And I hope to get outside a little bit. I went outside yesterday afternoon in the yard and did a little videotaping just to be outside. It's you know, you get in the house so long and it's like I just want to get outside, open the house up. I think people in Florida probably complain more about the weather than people up north. For some, and I think some of the reasons when most people are transplanted to Florida. Very few people are a cracker. Cracker is somebody who was born and raised in Florida. They left an area because the weather was too cold. Some people are more weather sensitive than others. I know I am. And when it gets anything below 70, I'm freezing. And another thing that happens in our homes in Florida here are cement block. And I have tiles. Some people have carpet, but I have tile over the whole house. And the house becomes like a big ice box. That cement, that gets cold, takes it a while to warm back up again. And that's what happens in these cold snaps. You just feel like you just can't, there's a coldness in the air. But in the summertime it's great because we're hotter and it keeps it cooler, and I don't mind heat. I don't complain about heat. You know, I see people online. It's like, oh, it's too hot, but 6 months earlier they're playing, oh, it's too cold, and it's like I don't say. I'll say, well, it was a warm day today. Yeah, it got pretty warm. I'll make statements like that, but I don't complain about it. I will complain about the cold. I'll complain a lot about the cold. So, anyways, that's why our house. Another little interesting thing that happens in at least our house here in the summertime, we'll have a nice warm day. And when I say warm day, it could be 92, 93 degrees. And as the sun goes down, we have the AC running and that, but you get just a little past sunset, and all of a sudden the house seems like it's gotten so warm inside. Well, what happens is all day long, your block house is absorbing the heat of the sun, and then when the sun goes down, it actually releases that heat, and it generally releases it goes to the inside of the house, and so all of a sudden the inside of the house gets real hot, and then it will level itself back off. But yeah, a block home is definitely a different. It acts different than a wooden house. Now, a few wooden houses in Florida, but I don't think I would buy a wooden house. Come to the hurricanes season, you want something that's going to be solid. Remember with the three little pigs and build their house out of brick and straw, and they blew it down. Well, that's kind of what that's like. In hurricanes, I just got to do a little thing. When last hurricane we had was that Irma come through, and people up north, oh, you better leave, you better run. It's like you better get away from it. And hurricanes don't bother me, but I watch some of these snowstorms up there. Hey, people, you better run, get out of that snowstorm, man. There's some bad, nasty winds, and it's cold. And I tell you what, if my electric goes off in the heat and it's hot, I can deal with that. But man, I can't imagine the electric going off and it being 1 or 2 below zero, or even 32 degrees. Is like if I was up north, I would run every time a storm come. But I think we should run when there's some wind coming there. Been through some hurricanes. They're a pain in the butt, and they do get some damage, but they don't scare me. Anyways, this is my morning chat. I wanted to. I was hoping somebody would stop by and chat with me a little bit. Probably too early, I've been still again checking out these live chats, trying to find a good time. I don't know if there is a good time on, but I'm gonna try these for a while in the morning when I ain't got something else I keep me from doing in the morning, which usually this time nobody does. I'll do a morning chat. Anybody out there? I'm gonna just continue the morning thing for a while, just see how this goes. And if you're doing it after the fact, leave a comment or anything there. What's a good time in that for you? But join me for a little chat, a little coffee. Sit there, talk about what's going on in the world. I see on the picture right now it says government shutdown, and we can talk about those idiots. So you got to talk politics with a open mind and don't get hung up. Yeah, because they're a bunch of idiots. So, anyways, I'm gonna get rid of this chat this morning. Get rid of it. I'll get rid of it, but I'm gonna leave the chat here. So, hope everybody has a good day. This is going to be a nice day for us down here. We're about to fly and fill a little bit, get outside, and see what the rest of the day brings. I'll probably have my camera in my hand. So, we'll see you all later.